Here's a question. Would you survive in a zombie apocalypse? That's a trick question, why would you want to? But if you want the closest approximation as to how you do, these games are probably your best bet. Starting off with the obvious choice, Dead Rising. A game that prides itself on how you can wield the majority of the things you can see as a weapon. That, combined with very strict and stress-inducing timers that force you to run from one end of the mall to the next, and wonky AI companions you must rescue, memorizing shortcuts and optimal paths, quick pick-me-ups, and reliable weapons are a must. Big fan of Night of the Living Dead, then No More Room in Hell is a definite choice for players seeking to play with friends. Completing multiple objective-based missions, unlike Dead Rising, being bitten by a zombie isn't just a hindrance. Upon being bitten, a timer of when you'll eventually turn begins. Combined with the fact zombies can only be killed via headshots, as well as the fact you'll always have limited resources, going guns a-blazing is the key for dying pretty soon. A spin-off of the PC game of the same name, Contagion VR also features a realistic might of zombies, how a human would realistically handle being bitten by a zombie, resources that just never stop being not enough. But with the added benefit of being VR, you get up close and personal with said zombies. If you want a game that doubles down on the horror and action aspects of zombies, Resident Evil 2 Remake is a reliable choice. Zombies of varying forms, the perpetual feeling that something is always following you, and as realistic as aiming can get in an over-the-shoulder shooter. You must remain steady and line up your shots carefully to dispatch your obstacles quickly. If you can't achieve that, there's always running away. That one question you dread asking yourself in a zombie apocalypse. What do I eat? I'm hungry. 7 Days to Die acknowledges that in a sandbox game that focuses on scavenging to not only improve yourself to combat the hordes of zombies, but to also combat hunger, tiredness, and various wounds. To help avoid becoming a liability to yourself, you can build bases to temporarily relax in. With more RPG elements, Project Zomboid allows players to create a survivor with certain attributes. Whether or not it best reflects them is their choice. Similar to 7 Days to Die, it's another sandbox game where the player must consider their character's needs above all, and there's no game over if you survive a certain number of days. You'll die at some point. Also expect to check every corner upon entering a dimly lit area. Who knows what's right behind you? Maybe you like to fight zombies as though you're in Home Alone. In The Last Stand Aftermath, an update to a Flash game that focused on recruiting survivors, it retains that aspect while introducing traps to hinder the zombie march further, but never fully stopping them. Which is fine since the game offers perks based on how well you did in your last run. Use mutations to make yourself stronger, at the cost of losing your humanity and probably freaking out your allies. Ever wanted to fight not only zombies but also people looking out to save their own skin? DayZ was a fresh change to the zombie genre with its realistic storage system and vast open world, if players even wanted to explore it. Be careful of who you trust, because they may be the cause of your undoing, and be careful of who you kill. They may have been the answer to a lengthy survival. Zombies actually make for great punching bags. If you want to release frustration alongside 3 of your friends, Dead Island incentivizes players to make the biggest, baddest, and strongest weapon they can modify to deal with these walking bowling pins. Expect dismemberment, knock down to the ground swings, and bone-breaking excitement. And the best part is these zombies just keep asking for more. Last but not least, State of Decay 2 has you setting up a base again, but of larger proportions. It's not just you that you'll have to look out for. You'll recruit and take care of several survivors, each with certain skills and traits. Figure out ways to utilize them even with their disadvantages, but make sure not to ruin their morale. Better your base facilities to deal with the oncoming zombies, and keep an eye out on which survivor your residents look to as a hero.